What is going on, guys? It's Mr. Banks here, and today I will be going over the next big bank to fail, as well as what strikes to buy, what trades to take. So go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss any of my educational content or any bangers that I call out here. Now, which bank is going to fail? As we know, Silvergate has failed. Silicon Valley has failed. Signature Bank has now been the most recent failure. And as we know, is it the '08 crisis all over again? Now, the Fed is stepping in and they are bailing out these banks. And as we know, the rich always gets bailed out and we get the burnt in. So let's find the next 1,000 to 10,000% banger on the next failed bank. And I have the one for you. Now, as we guys know, with Yellen and Fed Chair Powell last week, talked about the Americans are going to be losing around 2 million jobs. So let me go ahead and share my screen so we can get into which one is it. Now, first, I want to talk about something consumer loans. As we know, the credit card crisis, right? Everybody is paying on credit. It is hitting astronomical numbers of likes we have never seen before. Nobody has any cash on hand. Everyone is using credit. As we know, the personal consumer savings is in the bucket. Nobody has cash. So which next bank is going to be the one that fails? Well, that's right. I'm talking about Ally Bank. And why are we talking about Ally Bank? Well, let's look at what's happening with the auto loan industry. As we know, loans are hitting an average of $750 a month. Mortgage rates have skyrocketed. People have no money. What are they becoming delinquent on? And as we can see, subprime car loans are rising. They are beyond the 2008 crisis. Let me say that again. Delinquent subprime car loans are beyond the 2008 crisis already. Which bank owns the most car loans? Well, as we look, 1.4 million car loans. Ally is the largest car finance company in the U.S., providing car financing and leasing for 4.5 million customers, originating 1.4 million car loans a year. What else do they have? Guys, Ally also has 60% of their assets in car loans. Now, as I just mentioned, delinquencies are rising beyond even the 2008 crisis already. Things are going to get bad. And as I just talked about, with 2 million layoffs, Americans losing their jobs, credit risk at a sky high, credit debt is sky high right now, people losing their jobs. If we get that 2 million job layoff, which is going to happen, they are going to become delinquent and insolvent. Ally Bank is going to have illiquid issues. They are over leveraged in the car loan industry, owning 60% of auto loans. Now, what do you think is going to happen when even more people lose their jobs and they cannot afford their car loans? Car loans are one of the first things that people stop paying. Guys, this is not good. And this is the next 1,000% to 10,000% banger that we have on the watch. And as we also know, Ally also bought up to 4 billion auto loans from the failing company of Carvana, subprime auto loans. And as we know, with the 2008 crisis, subprime loans, that means people with bad credit, all the people who cannot afford their loans. Guys, they are over leveraged in bad auto loans. This is not going to end well. Now let's take a look at the chart real quick, so we can see where it is at. Where do I think the Ally is headed? Well, today we just had a nice bounce off of the December lows, 52-week lows. We just had a nice bounce off of this. So where am I looking at? Where can we take a trade to this 1,000 to 10,000% banger that we have on deck? Well, the first place I'll be looking at is this major support that we saw back in November. This was also the liftoff area that we saw in this last major run up. So I'll be looking for a back test of around 24.90. Let's call it 24.50 right here. Or sorry, $25 right here. So I'll be looking for a back test of 25. If that gets weak, I will definitely be starting my entry position into these puts I will about to show you. The next level after that, I will be looking around this 27 level and around 29 and 30 level. If we get up here, these leaps are going to pay us tremendously, but I'll be looking to add first around this $25 level. Now, if you guys take a look, we did bounce off of this 22.40. So a break and hold below. Where are we headed? Well, let's take a look at the weekly. I think our first place that we're headed is to the $20 mark. After that, we can see 18 and 15 will be my next major support right here. And then beyond that, I think we can easily go and touch 2020 lows. If this bank goes under, I do think it will go under. This is the next big bank to fail. As mentioned before, people do not have any cash on hand. They are losing their jobs. Delinquencies are rising beyond the 2008 crisis already, right? Consumer debt is at an all-time high. Savings are at an all-time low. It is coming. Ally is over-leveraged with 60% of auto loans, and they are not going to do well. So I am looking for this $10 mark as my final price target, with 15 definitely in mind, 20, 18, 15, and $10 as my target. Now, you guys want to see what trades that I am looking at? The trades I am looking at right now are the 6/16 expiration 20 puts. They have 13.1 thousand open interest. These are the biggest open interest and the ones that the whales have been hitting the most. 20 put is only $2.90 as we speak. The $15 put, 12.1 open interest is $1.50 right now as we speak. So guys, these are actually relatively cheap. These can absolutely run if we begin to see these failures, which I believe are going to happen. Now, if we want to take a leap and buy a lot of time just so we are safe, these 20 puts have 12.8 open interest and are only $4. Now, guys, as I mentioned before, if we keep heading back up to that $25 mark, $27, $29, $30 mark, these are going to become cheap. And so these will absolutely pay us 1,000% to 10,000%. The 15 Ps are something that I'm also looking at on January 19th, 2024. Those are only $2. So guys, June 16th expiration, 20p. I am looking at the 20p strike. They're $2.90. They will get cheaper when I start to make my entries up. The 15ps are $1.50. And then also the January 19th, 2024 20 put strike with at $4 and the 15 put strike at $2. Now, as we know, if we go ahead and we get a nice bounce and we start to head up to this $25 mark, these are going to become insanely a lot cheaper and a lot more. This will be where I take my starter entries. I will then take another entry around 27. And if so, I'll take my last entry to come down on it around $29. That's where I'll average down the last time on these. So again, guys, I am looking at these June 16th 20 Ps at $2.90, 15 Ps at $1.50. Obviously, these are going to get cheaper if we do get the bounce that I'm talking about. The January 19th 20 Ps at $4, the 15 Ps at $2 for these leaps. Buy time, become safe. As we know, guys, again, credit risk is at an all-time high. Credit debt's at an all-time high. Savings are at an all-time low. Millions and millions of layoffs are already underway. We can also see that Ally Bank has 60% plus of auto loans, and delinquencies are rising beyond the 2008 crisis already. Now, we did take in my group Wolves of Wealth. We already took these allies 421Ps. I mean, absolutely baked on them today, but now I'm showing you something where you can bank on it for 1,000, 10,000% buying time when this crisis and when this bank will fail. If you guys enjoyed this, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Comment below if you like this. Let me know, is this the next big bank to fail? Are we in the '08 crisis all over again? All right, I will see you guys next time. Love you. Peace.